Now let's talk a bit about the zombies because we've seen some of them in the trailers and stuff like that. Are they? How did you sort of rethink the moves of the zombies and their aggression and their abilities in this mode?
Yeah, I mean this is where you take a map, you put a vehicle in it, you put huge open areas for people who are used to being trapped with zombies. We need to give not only the zombies new abilities, players new abilities to deal with that, but also just new enemy types, which we've done along the way. And in this one, you're going to find that you're going to have to earn some of the new areas, and some of the experience of the larger areas are definitely going to come at a risk or a cost. So, yes, that's how we do it.
We've got some surprise new zombies as we get through it, I guess.
Yep.
All right. Now, Dan, from your perspective, I mean, now that this is built on the multiplayer engine, are you guys, sort of a tighter unit because obviously the engine's changing and that's affecting zombies and vice versa? So, you sort of have to build together.
The teams sit right next to one another. I mean, it's we kind of have the online half of the building,
right.
and we're all in the same area together. We talk. I wish I participated in more play tests, but we've done maybe every 3 or 4 weeks we've gone over and played zombies and given them feedback from our experiences with zombies, and I think it's what they did is a very bold and it was a pretty risky venture, but they've pulled it off and it's really cool. I mean, it's like when you guys were talking about at the beginning, I was like, you guys are crazy, you're nuts, and but they did it.
That line was delivered, yeah.
But somehow you pulled through.
But they pulled it off.
Was it always a bus?
Yeah, it actually was always a bus. And there was a few different ways that we looked at how would we do it. And I guess when I say it's always a bus, it was always bus shaped. I mean, in the very early days, it was a box that we stood on. So, but the idea was always some sort of transportation that could kind
and
of
a sense of progression, I guess, through
everywhere.
this world now, right? Where you sort of see, like in the trailer, we see sort of them, moving between locations.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep. I mean, the idea here is not to say, hey, guess what? Here's your map and here's the walls.
Yeah.
The idea is to say, as far as you need to go or would want to go, to do the things you'd want to do and discover all the story elements and things that you can find that actually help your gameplay, and as far as like actually constructing things out of junk you find in the environment, that doesn't happen in one map because you can just run across the map in half a round and get that. We needed to give them multiple locations around, a very expansive area. And then, on foot, dangerous. A vehicle is going to be a little more protection. So we wanted to give them kind of choices of how to.
Until the zombies attack the bus, as we saw in the trailer.
But maybe there's some things out there that you need to get on foot that you could be rewarded for if you're brave
There's
enough.
definitely layers and choice of what you do and how you do it.
I found that when I play, it's like you end up having to make these decisions. Do you want to get on the bus and go forward, or do you want to stick around and defend this area for a little bit longer, try to build up some points, buy more stuff, build more stuff?
Is there something here? Yeah.
But then, so there's this decision point you have to make. Well, the bus is leaving. Do I get on the bus? Or do I stick around?
There's those trade-offs, I guess, and it's a new game every time you play.
Yeah, I mean, again, going back to like making sure there's that core experience, but then as Mark, you've said earlier about, choices and typical zombie gameplay, there's always choices and strategy. We've just opened that up to kind of more choices and more strategies and kind of expanded that world.
A lot to this game across all the different dimensions. So, the game obviously is coming out November 13th in just a couple of weeks now. When you guys think about sort of, rolling it forward now, DLC is an important part of it. Sounds like you guys have lots of ideas that, for whatever reason, don't get into the game or other maps that you want to put out. From a studio perspective, Mark, I mean, the post-release plan is so important now for all these games. I mean, do you plan that out across kind of all the dimensions of the game now?
Yeah, I mean, we definitely, the planning is actually going on right now.
Yeah.
We actually, leading up to this point, while we know that we want to continue to create content once everybody gets a hold of this game, and hopefully we'll want to play more multiplayer and get some new experiences, or more zombies and get some new experiences, we stayed entirely focused on the ship. Of this game, knowing that on the other side we want to do that stuff, but we try to separate that is an ambition that we have. No, like literally, I think this has been the most this was a very complex game to pull off, and literally, I think we just really tried to stay focused on what we were doing until this thing was done.
Right.
And the team, we ran it right up, and we put everything in, and it's literally. the final discs were bursting over in terms of
No, I mean,
content.
there's so
Literally.
much content you guys have
And
been able to
like
pull together.
literally, like data wasn't fitting on the disc.
Right.
And so, you know, anyways, so that's kind of what we're thinking about now is creating some content for players after launch.
You've obviously done that with zombies in the past and multiplayer. Do you think you'll ever bridge into sort of the single player world, and now you have Strike Force and things like that, or giving people content in that world?
I think it
never happened before in
I
Call
think
of Duty.
everything's on the table. You know, the game is going to come out, and we'll see what the fans are. You know, what makes sense with the game that we have, and what the fans are looking for, and you know, that's what we want to make.
All right, well, first of all, people get to play through the epic experience that is Black Ops 2 in just a couple of weeks, and it really is amazing how much you guys have accomplished across all these different dimensions of the game.
Thanks.
I mean, how many people are at Treyarch now working on this game?
Well, at Treyarch,
Hundreds, right?
there's over 250 people here, but we have, you know, many
Lots of support.
talented you know, contractors and developers who provide support on different things, and it's an amazing effort. The test teams that we have, you know, hundreds and hundreds of testers. When I talk about, you know, Jimmy added, you know, these extra modes, and then by the way, he added custom game modes in zombies, which you didn't get to talk about. It's like the amount of testing that goes on after the development of those things.
I don't know
is
how you
pretty
guys,
incredible.
how you pull it all off, and now everyone's going to get the game disc, and they're going to have to decide which mode to play first. So, Mark, which one are you going to pick? What's your advice? Someone watching home, like, which do I
played
go?
them all so many times.
But seriously, what is the optimal? I mean, it's like, because you know, some people will jump right into MP, some will go to zombies, single
You know,
player.
when I put in my Call of Duty disc, I play a little bit of campaign, and
Yeah.
then I play a little bit of multiplayer, and I play a little bit of zombies. Actually, I don't actually stick with one. I actually play a little bit of everything on the first night. Yeah,
All
absolutely.
right, well, we'll find you in all three modes then on
Yeah.
day one, Mark Lamia.
Yeah.
All right, well, guys, thanks so much for taking us through the development of Black Ops 2. Congratulations on wrapping it up. But of course, you can play Black Ops 2 when it comes out on Tuesday, November 13th for Xbox 360, PS3, and PC. We'll see you next week for an all-new episode of The Bonus Round.
Ready for Black Ops 2? Be sure to watch Jeff Keighley and the team behind Black Ops 2 showcase the game's launch live as it happens from New York City. Tune in Monday, November 12th at midnight to watch GTTV Live, Call of Duty Black Ops 2 World Launch, for insider access to the biggest game launch of the year.